if I had a master bed and it was this big, let's say, and this is my headboard. Sometimes you'll have a blanket draped over and hanging. Instead of making this line go straight down, I'll think about my triangle again, and I'll come out this way just a little bit, right? So instead of letting this drop at the corner straight down, I'm going to make a little triangle here. I'm going to make a little triangle here. And I'm probably going to make a little triangle there. And then I'm going to go back to vanishing point to set these lines in. So usually what happens when you have a bed looking all weird and wrinkly is that you're trying to do too much. So there's usually just a little bit of a something you want to do along here. For pillows, you understand that a pillow is going to sit relating to the vertical, right? But you want those pillows to fluff out. So sometimes I imagine the end of the pillow doing this, right? That gets me a line out here, and then I'm seeing the pillow go this way and this way. Now for pillow shams, I want to bring this triangle point into it. So I'm going to have this kind of come up like that, and this going to kind of come up like that, and then I'm going to go back down in a little bit here and here to just put a little point at each of those corners. When I go to color those pillows in, I'm going to move my markers if the pillow's kind of round, right? Then I'm going to think light and shadow. So I might put a little bit of darkness down under here, maybe a little bit of darkness at the end, maybe a little darkness in between them. That's pretty much all I need. I could go a little thicker on that and do them about halfway, especially because I have that line right there. Now they're really dropping away from the light, right? A lot of people draw pillows like this. And you see that happening in your, where the pillow does this kind of thing, as if they were sort of chopped in the middle. You know, so you're seeing this corner of the pillow come up a little bit there. And then you understand understand that this part here is dropping away into the shadow. Sort of make that shape that pinches down at the middle end there. So that should be the brown on the headboard, right? Always remember to do your final step in pencil. So if I come in here a little bit and do a little bit of blending, it's going to make my drawing look a little better, and it's going to show a little bit more light and shadow, and it's also going to make these fabrics look a little bit more soft. It just gives me a second chance to kind of make things look a little bit better. My final step is probably to take my pen back into a drawing like this and sort of make it do what I want it to. Or what I meant to do. Sometimes your markers and your crayons are going to go all awry, and you can kind of come in afterwards and make it all look okay, kind of like Andy Warhol did with his flower prints, right? They were kind of off register sometimes. So in that same way, you can come in with your pencils, and then if they look too scratchy, take your colorless blender and melt them down in. Always use pencils over top of the marker. I don't ever recommend just doing pencil without marker, because you're going to have an issue with that. It's going to look too crayon-y. It's going to look too childish or too amateur. You always need to rub out your colorless blender on a sheet of paper, on a sheet of cardboard, or something like that,